Yeah, I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's, you know. Said I'm living my best life. Said I'm living my best life.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Random Opinions, Reaction, and Reviews. And if you don't know who I am by now, you gotta get with the program.
Today I'm coming to do a review on the episode that aired on General Hospital. Today's date is July 24th, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
So we open up with Robert going into Kelly's, I guess to get some coffee, and Sonny sitting outside of Kelly's drinking coffee. And Sonny wants to talk to Robert about Dante, of course. And he's telling Robert, like, look, you promised me that you was going to bring my son home. And Robert tells him, look, there's nothing I can do. I'm not in the WSB any longer. I can't do anything about Dante. It was his choice that he made to pull the gun off of a WSB agent. Sonny is like, yeah, he understands. There's nothing really that Robert can do. And anyway, Robert is the DA of Port Charles now. Like, he's moved on and he's doing something different. They get to talking about Shiloh, and Sonny wants to know, and he wants an update on Shiloh. And so Robert fills him in to the best of his ability. And before getting up and leave, he's like, look, we got to set boundaries between you and I, because I have a new position in Port Charles as the DA, and I can't just be feeding you information. Then we go on to scenes with Jason and Charlie.
Jason wants to come and talk to Carly about Devin, and he wants to make sure that Sonny and Carly are keeping an eye on Devin because Devin does like to pick pockets. He's got sticky fingers, and he wants to make sure that Devin doesn't bring eyes on Sonny and Carly. So he pretty much is just telling her, look, keep a close eye on him.
But as he's talking to her, he just senses something is off because Jason has that sixth sense when it comes to Carly. He is like, hey, you want to fill me in on what's going on? And she lets him know, look, the baby has spinal bifida. We don't know how bad it is. I'm out of my mind. I want to scream. And Jason's like, you can scream at me. And she says, I can never be mad at you. Same old. Like, I don't mind Jason and Carly scenes, but I kind of rather would see Jason with his children, Jake and Danny, hell, and even Scout, versus seeing him with Carly and Sonny all the time. Like, it's getting old. It's getting very tiring. And this is why GH ratings are going down. Like, they're plummeting because we keep saying the same stuff. We keep hearing the same dialogue. Anyway, so then we have scenes between Devin, Cameron, Josslyn, and Trina, and they're all in Sonny's backyard talking. Josslyn is sad because the freaking the padlock on the bridge is gone. So she can't help but feel like she broke her promise to Oscar. And as she's talking about how she feels and being sad about it, Cam realizes that he was the one that cut the lock from the footbridge. So he's feeling guilty, and he feels the need to let her know, like, you know, this is my fault. And of course, she's not going to blame Cam. He was doing that for his community service. He was giving instructions, and he did what he was supposed to do. He had no idea that this was a symbol of Josslyn and Oscar's love. So he cut it off and then dumped them. And Josslyn's like, you know what? I really shouldn't feel the way I do about this lock. And Dev says, you have every right to feel the way you do. He says a symbol says what you can't put into words. So it is important, and you have that right. So even though she's not mad at Cameron and she understands he was doing a job, she lets him know, look, I'm not mad at you, but she leaves. Like, she goes back in the house and Trina follows her. Dev and Cameron stay outside, and Cameron has an idea. They go to, I guess, a recycling dock, and Cameron is like, look, watch my back. I can't get caught. If I get caught, this is a violation of my probation. And Devin, he's shocked. He's like, what? You're on probation? Because, you know, Cam kind of holds himself like a goody two-shoes, just like Josslyn and Trina. So he was just shocked. And Cameron's like, look, just watch my back. And as he goes to get in the dumpster to look for the lock, a security guard comes. And Dev makes up this lie because, you know what? He's quick on his feet. So he makes up this lie
about having to do a project at school about recycling, and he wanted to come to the dock to see if they actually recycle as much as they say they do, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
He was pretty much a decoy and a distraction. So Cam and Dev come back, and they give Josslyn the lock, and she is happy. She hugs Cameron so snug and tight, and whole time I'm just thinking like, I know this dude stink. Like he was in the dumpster. Like I know he stink. But she was just happy, so I was happy for her. You know, she kind of, the lock just represented an eternal love for her and Oscar, and she felt like she broke that promise. She also felt like every day she continues to live, she doesn't want to forget Oscar. She wants to continue to think him being the first person she thinks about in the morning, the last person she thinks about when she goes to bed. And she just knows as she continues to live, he's going to become a distant memory. And she feels like that's kind of betraying Oscar. But Trina let her know, Oscar don't want you to be sad. He wants you to continue to live your life, and he wants you to be happy. We have scenes today with Michael and Jason. Jason is filling him in on the tree house, and Michael says, look, why don't we build a Corinthos tree house for Avery and the rest of the kids? So they plan on doing that. I don't know why it was mentioned, because we're clearly not going to see it on camera, so it's kind of just a waste of time, but we have scenes today with Chase and Finn. Chase wants to know what's the dealio with Finn and Hayden. And I just feel like, you know, I don't know why he's so invested in it. Like, to me, my sisters, they have their life aside from whatever life we lived with our parents. They've grown. I'm not going to constantly beckon for them to tell me something about their relationship or their personal life. That's their life. You know, if they choose to share that information with me, then okay, you know, I'm always going to be there for my sisters. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be coming like, hey, you didn't tell me this. You didn't tell me that. Why you didn't tell? Like, Chase is not really... It's old news. Like, it wasn't even your business. Why does it matter? Just be happy that you and Finn have bonded and that you're in a better place, and your relationship with him is continuing to progress and continuing to grow. That's all I'm saying about that. But I guess they just wanted to fill the scene up, so they had him asking about Hayden. Finn fills him in. Hayden and I were once engaged. I loved her, and she was pregnant. And Chase can't see how Finn could fall for somebody like Hayden just because she's so different from him. Well, you know, opposites attract, Chase. Come on now. Finn tells him, look, Hayden was the first person to know that I was an addict. And she helped him, you know. So, and then Finn has a flashback of Hayden, like when she told him that she was pregnant and how he wanted to move forward and get in a house with her and they could raise their child together. So that was a nice little throwback scene. Then as they're talking, Robert shows up, so Chase leaves. And Robert gets to talking about Anna and Cassandra. I guess he's had some type of contact with Anna. It's beyond me why Finn hasn't had any contact with her, but whatever. Anna needs to come back if she knows what's good for her, because Finn is clearly still in love with Hayden. She needs to come back. That's all I'm going to say. But that was filler for me as well, because they was talking about Cassandra and he was filling her in on the last time the WSB seen Cassandra and pretty much told Finn to stay out of it because Cassandra has him on her radars, you know, because he did like cross her and, you know, for Anna. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into that. We have scenes today with Willow and Michael. They're at the Metro Court. Willow is trying to apply for a job. Michael wants to put in a good word for her somewhere so she can get a better job, but she wants to do things on her own merit. And Michael understands that. They get to talking about baby Wiley. It's baby Wiley's birthday. Willow says she understands that Michael is more hurt than her because he lost Jonah on the same day as Wiley's birthday. And Michael's like, look, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my son, but at the end of the day, this is Wiley's day, and I'm going to appreciate and honor Wiley. And he couldn't have said it any better. I like Michael. That's all I'm saying. I've always liked Michael. Even the guy they had playing Michael when he was a little kid. Like, Michael was just always so far beyond his time. And this Michael that they have, like, I hate when they try to dim him down. Like, Michael wasn't a 12-year-old kid calling grown people out on their BS. Like, I hate when they try to dim his character down like he's stupid. Like they did with him and Nell. Like, this man, he missed all the warning signs. I guess he was blinded by love. I don't know. But then he finally woke up. Michael's just smarter than sometimes I feel like the writers give him credit for. But I'm happy he's getting more screen time. Then Chase shows up. Chase has their whole day planned out for Willow. He wants to take her biking. He wants to take her to the movies, yada, yada, yada. She's like, I know exactly what you're trying to do. It's Wiley's birthday, so you want to use today as a distraction so I don't think about it. And he's like, is it working? So they get to talking about Wiley, and they talk about Finn and how Chase didn't know Finn lost the child. And they get on the subject of children. And Chase is like, hold on, do you want to have children again? And she's like, wait, not right now, but yeah, definitely in the future. And she wants to know, where's this conversation coming from? And so he tells her, look, I'm in love with you, girl. I am in love with you. He kind of wants to spend his life with her, and he's never really thought about having children until he met her, because she's someone to have children with. He loves her. So those were good scenes. They end up planning to kiss on each other. You know, that was cute. For a while, I thought she wasn't going to say it back, but I was happy that she did. You know, I just hope that the writers don't destroy what relationship they're building and put her with Michael. Like, keep her with Chase. Those two are doing fine. We like Michael and Sasha, so find a way to redeem Sasha, because y'all try to redeem everybody else. They try to redeem everybody else. They've redeemed Franco. Like, if you could redeem Franco, which they really sucked at doing because he hasn't been redeemed, but if y'all tried to redeem Franco every time we look up every freaking storyline, he's the martyr and the hero, y'all can definitely redeem Sasha. She's not a bad person. She just made a bad decision. Writers, get on that. We want Sasha and Michael to stay together. At least I do. We have scenes today with Jax, Curtis, and Nina. Curtis was just in the background. Like, he really didn't have any major lines until like the last 4 minutes of the episode today. I'm like, wow. So Nina and Jax are still celebrating because their issue have done so well with Ava. So they get to talking about a dangerous woman issue that they're going to be doing real soon. And Jax is like, hold on, who was that woman that you brought up earlier, trying to act like he don't know who Cassandra Pierce is? And Nina is like, you talking about Cassandra? And so they get to talking about how they each know her. And Jax maintains he don't know who that woman is, which he clearly does. But Nina is just trying to see what he's going to say. And he doesn't give up any information. And she calls him out like, look, I know you know who Cassandra is. And I know you know my husband's connection to Cassandra. Jax maintains that he doesn't know anything. So they get off on the wrong foot. Jax asks her and Valentine out for dinner. And she says, you know what? I'm one step ahead of you. How about you come to Cassadine Island for dinner? And he's like, okay. So he goes out of the Crimson office and calls, I assume, Hayden. And he's like, look, I tried to get them away from the mansion so that somebody could go in and snoop around. But Nina, she had better plans. She wants us to come there. So it just makes our job even easier. And Curtis is like, what the heck are you thinking? Why would you invite Jax and you know he's on to you? And she says, you know what? I'm keeping my enemies close. You know, Jax thinks that I'm letting him work me enough. He thinks that he's getting ahead on me. No, baby. I'm actually getting ahead on him. So they both are on to each other. It was funny. It was cute. I do miss Michelle Stafford. I feel like they're making the writing better for Nina. So it would be nice to see how Michelle acted this role out. Like, you know, because it was her role that she originated. But, I mean, the new actor that they have, she's not too bad herself. It's just that when somebody originates a role, you kind of get used to seeing them and you get invested in them. And that's kind of how it is with me. I just miss the original Nina. But anyway, I forgot to mention that while Michael was talking to Jason, he got a call from Pentonville. Of course, it's Nell. He refuses to take the call. Well, when Jason left, he got another call again. And Michael knows just because it's around the time of Jonah's birth and his death that Nell is trying to resurrect in his life and cause some drama. So we'll see if he takes that call. I think he will, because curiosity always kills the cat, baby. that was all on today's episode. It was brief. It was lovely. It wasn't as boring as yesterday's episode. You guys comment below. Let me know how you felt about today's episode. If you agree with anything I said. If you have any disagreements. I want to know it all, baby. I need to know it all. So don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what? I will see you guys later. Bye.
Hey, I finally made my mind, know that I can't go back broke. They saying that my time up, my back against the ropes. I hustle, got